But no, it's nice to see you guys again.
Oh, you're too sweet.
Well, it gets very lonely here in Casa Francois, I'm not going to lie.
Well, there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, shit, that's playing straight away. Okay. Oh, I hate YouTube.
Do you want to give me permission to record, so I can fuck around with the editing?
If you want, we'll see how it goes. It might slow it down a bit, but let's give it a shot. Allowed to record. Okay. We're live on YouTube now, just for the record. What that means, I don't know. And right, you've got.
And I go really quiet and shy.
Let me edit my name because I'm not the suited guru.
You're Knob Jockey 4000.
No, that's my secret name. How dare you reveal that to the world?
That's your alias, your superpower.
And we're recording for our audience online in a podcast. So here we are again. Let me do it properly as I have done. Ladies and gentlemen, from the heart of London, three strange men gather to talk about all the things going on.
Right, you two are strange. I was
going to say, you've got to speak for yourself.
Yeah, speak to yourself, mate. You know what I mean?
Okay, one strange man and two really strange men gather online to talk and wax lyrical about entertainment and all the other things going on in the universe of nerdisms and comics and films and movies. They are the boys from Bossk. Welcome back, guys. How are you? I've really got to learn to shave before I do podcasts. This is terrible.
You can wear a mask.
How are you? Or yeah, I've got a mask somewhere. I might put it.
Because we're not very socially distanced on this screen, are we?
Well, it's not 2 meters, is it?
No, it's not. How have you been, man? Welcome back to our audience. I'm joined by the lovely Mike and Big Dave. Big Dave. We're here to go over all the entertainment we've been absorbing, hoovering up in the past couple of months or weeks or even days. It's pretty quiet week, but I think we've got enough to get us through the next hour or so and keep you entertained with what I like to think is our very unique view of the universe of which we exist in. Now, there's quite a few stories that have come out this week, but for me, it's all good news. Now, Disney has released the dates for all its up-and-coming shows, and there's a few easy ones. There's one easy one to guess. Bad Batch. What date do you reckon that's coming out on?
May the 4th?
Yeah, day before my birthday. May the 4th.
Yeah, it's May the 4th.
I said that a couple of weeks ago, didn't I?
Yeah. I was expecting it a bit earlier. I know May the 4th has become like a traditional day for Star Wars stuff, but I was actually expecting it a little bit earlier because I don't think Star Wars has much out until the end of the year.
Well, what they're doing is they're releasing Republic Commando onto the PS4 and Switch 1 month. Exactly 1 month before as well. Okay. So that's probably why they're doing that as well.
Cool.
Which is basically the Bad Batch. Basically, that whole game is basically the Bad Batch. So I'm going to play that, complete it, and then watch Bad Batch. So that's going to be
fun. I'm hoping it's good. I really am. I think it's everybody that was involved with the Clone Wars, I think, is involved with that. So hopefully it should be good. And God, I hope it's more than just 10 episodes because Disney's had I don't know how you guys feel about the 10 episode thing, but with animated stuff, it doesn't seem worth it.
I hate the 10
like 20
it's got to be 20. It's got to be 20 episodes, no?
Because I've been watching a lot of anime recently, and I was trying to get into I never quite understood Dragon Ball Z. Were either of you Dragon Ball Z fans?
I remember it was big in my school, but I never got into it. It always looked like the drawing was crap.
Yeah, I never.
That's why I don't watch manga stuff. It just looks like really bad graphics.
Yeah. Well, it's really bad storytelling because I was trying to get into Naruto this week, right? Because I've been watching a bit of anime. I've got Funimation, who don't sponsor us, but I think should.
What for the one person that uses it?
Just for the one person to watch it.
I think Brewdog might be a better shout before that, mate.
I'll go. This is not officially sponsored by
Water or
Brewdog.
Dettol.
Hey, look, I'll take sponsorship from Brewdog any day of the week. But I've been watching Naruto, which Naruto apparently is quite big as well. It's been running for decades, I think, or like for absolute ages. And I've been trying to watch it, but it's like each episode, and every single anime I've watched in the past couple of months, there'll be like 24-minute long episodes. It'll be like 3 minutes of intro, then 10 minutes of repeating what happened in the previous episodes, and then you might get 10 minutes worth of story and another 5 minutes outro. So it's like, how much time and effort must that take?
I'll do my head in.
Yeah. So I've been struggling a lot with those animes. And also, I don't know what it is with the Japanese and the anime stories, but it doesn't matter how serious the story is, they'll always stop for a boob joke or a panty joke. And it's weird. It doesn't matter if the world's about to end or somebody's about to die, they'll stop for a boob joke.
And there was little schoolgirls in little small dresses.
Not so much. Not as much as I would have
changed
thought.
since the 90s.
Huh?
That changed since the 90s.
It depends. It depends what sort of story it is. Like, they do have stories which are a bit pervy, and it is all short skirts and school uniforms and all the rest of it. But those are quite specific. You won't find it in the main, I think, so much in the mainstream stuff. But they still have the same traits. So the girls are always thinking about the boys, which that's it. They're always thinking about the boys, and the boys are oblivious to anything the girls do.
Oh, there's an aeroplane.
But yeah, I've been trying to get into. I've been struggling a lot. But you think in lockdown you would be able to, but that has been a struggle. What about you boys? Is there any you've tried that you don't normally try in terms of entertainment?
I thought you meant like crack.
How you joke? I did read a story about a teacher who literally got into he takes heroin.
Oh yeah, microdoses, doesn't he?
Yeah. And it's like, it should be legalized.
Yeah, it should be legalized.
I'm perfectly okay.
I microdose every day.
Yeah. I'm not robbing anybody's homes. But anyway, sorry. Anything you guys got into or watched that you normally wouldn't watch?
Well, I've persisted with The Expanse because you say it's good.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm on episode 7.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, okay, there's a thing happening,
Yeah.
And then I stopped watching it. I watched like episode a day so that I don't hate it too much.
Okay.
Well, no, now I want to know what's happening.
Yeah.
And I'm quite interested in like the socio-economic thing of Mars and Earth and the belt. And yeah, I mean, it just feels like it's literally like Russia and America in the Cold War. And then you've got like the Eastern Bloc in the middle. Like Berlin, basically. It's what it feels like. So it's quite fun. But yeah, that's the only thing. I think with lockdown, I've given stuff a go that I think I wouldn't. Like the odds. Like I've watched Batwoman.
Yeah, watching that one
because I didn't enjoy the first season as much because I felt because Ruby Rose has like for me just
acting ability.
Yeah, she just like she's like a mannequin Skywalker, like Hayden Christensen was in the prequel. Like,
see, someone that agrees with me.
Yeah, like
another one that can't.
No, because I think with Hayden it was just he didn't have anywhere to go in the script a little bit, but I think with Ruby Rose.
What about Jumper?
Like, all right, yeah, fair enough. But like with Ruby Rose, it was just like every time she's there, and I was like, you just irritate me on the screen. I think this whole program is fun, and I'm enjoying it, and it's got a really cool aspect to it. But now I'm just annoyed by you.
I actually stopped watching the first season as well.
Yeah. No, I hated it, and I stopped watching it. And now it's completely someone new. There's a big mystery, and it's making a bit of a point about the small person in Gotham, which is always a good little point. So yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Still in it.
Yeah, yeah. So that's fun. I'm glad I persisted that a little bit. I'm not. It's not the best thing ever, but I feel like with these Arrowverse shows, it's like throwaway TV. They're like it's like Love Island for geeks. You know, it's like
I'm not a fan of the Arrowverse, but I do appreciate what it does. And
because it brings stuff in, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it allows people that don't normally read comics to go, "Oh, this is a bit exciting," and especially, and I always find a way to do things differently. And now I appreciate. I just can't. I stopped watching it because it just reminds me of watching Smallville and all those shows.
I used to love Smallville when I was younger,
but it never paid off in the end for me.
Because you never got Lana Lang.
She was lovely though. No, it's just, I don't know what it is. I think I grew out of it. And I'm not saying that if you watch it, you're not mature.
That's what I mean. I think that's the point. It's not big issues, it's not big stories. No. It's usually like with the Flash, it's like someone's got a boomerang throwing it and he's got to run faster than the boomerang, and it's a bit fun. It's a bit like, like Castle in a way. If you ever watched Castle, it wasn't like a proper detective program where you're really trying to work out who killed it. You know who killed it. It's the second person you can meet in the show.
It's like Lucifer.
Do you know what I mean? And so that's it. It's just I watch it for the sake of, this is fun. I don't have to think about this too much. And also they bring in characters and do really cool fan service. Like I just read a minute ago that apparently they're going to continue the Green Lantern storyline from Arrow, which was teased at the end of Arrow.
That'd be really cool
with John Diggle, and that's going to be in the Flash, which I think will be fun, because Flash is now like the main show. It's like the Flashverse now, isn't it?
Indeed.
So it's cool if they can have all the cool things come in and out of Flash, because that's going to be a bit stale if he's just running fast all the time. But if they use him as like a guest spot bit, or people jump off him a little bit, that'll be fun.
I think it'll be interesting to see where it goes, because I think the Black Lightning got cancelled. And I think Arrow was cancelled. I don't know what else was cancelled, but Superman's now started.
Supergirl was cancelled as well.
Yeah, that was it. Supergirl was cancelled, and that's been replaced with Superman. And they're taking quite a different dynamic with that one as well. And I may get into that. I may go back and watch it, and it's got that woman in it who's always somebody's wife in nearly all of these shows.
That's what happens when you hit middle age.
No, she's always. I can't remember what she was in. She was in that TV series about the guy who's half demon hunter or something. I can't remember, and I will remember what it was. It's on Netflix, I think. And he hunts werewolves and stuff like that. Things that go bump in the night.
Grimm? Is it Grimm?
Grimm, that's it. She was the Grimm's wife in that as well. So she's had a bit of experience with the old special side of TV, but it's nice to see her back as Lois Lane, I have to say, and I am looking forward to that when it finally kicks off. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see which way the CW goes, because I think, is Legends of Tomorrow still going strong?
I know 50-50, isn't it?
Yeah. Really interesting to see how it goes, especially with HBO Max sort of raising the bar as well. It's going to be really, really interesting. But what else? Dave, did you watch anything you didn't normally watch?
You made me watch a load of stuff that I shouldn't have watched.
You can hear the pain in his voice there, can't you?
Mike, I was trying to help a brother out. Yeah,
he made me watch this program called Trinkets the other day about teenage girls that are shoplifers.
Oh my god!
I just asked you if you watch it. I didn't even watch it. I asked.
Oh, but you made me watch it, so I sat there and watched it.
Because you said you were bored of everything.
Yeah.
Man,
guess what? I got bored.
Tries to help a brother out. Well, you liked Teenage Bounty Hunters.
It was enjoyable.
You said you liked it. Don't lie.
Because it's quite funny.
Don't go shy on me now. There was Teenage Bounty Hunters.
The main bounty hunters is hilarious, isn't it? The big black guy. He's absolutely hilarious.
Well, you got me into what's the other show? Resident Alien.
That's the Dark Horse comic, isn't it?
Yeah, that is really good.
That's a very good program.
Yeah. And the black guy in that, he's funny too. He's the only black person in it. But again,
they don't kill him off no more. They make him funny.
That's a show worth watching. It's only available on Sky and Now TV. But I think that's a really
in America.
Sci-fi. I think it's a really, really good show, and I think it's got some legs on it. A lot of the fans don't like it. because it stepped away from the book a bit. But I think the book was only 6 issues, if my memory serves me right. It wasn't a long series. So I've got a lot of time, and then I've got a lot of time for Alan Tudyk, or is it Turkic?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah, I've got a lot of time for him, and I think it's a really, really good show, and it's gonna go
Just
somewhere.
Keep it as that.
Arr. What else is there? What other news is there? They announced the title of the new Spider-Man film, and they're really going for keeping the home in the title. Like it's like, okay, it's Can't Go No Way Home, or
No
Can't
Way
Go
Home.
Home. No Way Home. No, it's Can't Go Home. Phone Home. Home. Oh, who cares?
It's got Home in the title. With ET shows up.
It's got Home in the title, and they've revealed it to a little teaser. So the title's out there, and that's out at the end of the year. So that's going to be our first Marvel film released in the cinema?
Well, no. What happens to it's No Way Home, Spider-Man. No Way Home.
No Way Home, yeah.
Well, it depends what happens with Black Widow, doesn't it? Really?
True. I think that's going to make it to the cinema. They'll do a joint release on.
We'll find out in May, won't we?
Plus, which reminds me, there's that other film. Disney's confusing me because, like, New Mutants still hasn't been released on Disney Plus, which I thought it would have been by now. But it must be making them serious bank if they haven't released it on Disney Plus yet, even though it was a huge flop.
Maybe it's going as a. Like, I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't released it as a pay-as-view on Disney. As it's pay-as-view.
No, I think that's a licensing thing. I think it had to have a theatre release. I think that's the only reason they did that, because it just seems like it, doesn't it? Because otherwise, they've got this thing they didn't really pay for, just sort of sitting there. They don't want anything to do with the old Foxiverse,
It's on Amazon.
So I reckon that's
to watch.
Yeah, but I think they had to put it in the theatres just as COVID happened, or when they opened up for a little bit, so they could. So they've contractually done it,
Yeah, it made it to the
yeah, it actually made it there. Not that anyone went there to watch it.
No.
I'm gonna risk my life for this crap movie.
Yeah. Have you watched it then?
No, I just read enough reviews about a big scary bear thing, and they sort of half reference the X-Men, and I was like, yeah, cool. I
was really tempted to rent it. I really was. Because I'm like, this is the worst thing about Disney Plus. Disney Plus. I would have rented it normally by now, but Disney Plus sort of makes it's going to be on Disney Plus soon. Why should I bother paying money? Is any of you going to be paying money? There's the Maya, and I think The Last Dragon. That's coming out in next month.
I won't be paying £15 for a cartoon.
How about you, Mike? You going to be paying money to see that one?
What one?
The Maya and the Last Dragon, I think.
I don't even know what it is.
It's a Disney Plus. Right, basically, the girl who was in Star Wars, who Maria Tran.
Yeah,
who got the worst.
The love interest of Finn.
Yeah, like he got the worst lines and treated badly. And in that moment when Finn walks up to her and goes,
"Right,
do you want to come with us and save the galaxy?" And she's like, "I've got to stay here and write some shizzle." Right? She basically got cast in an animated film, which I think is called Maya and the Last Dragon, although I may be wrong. And that's going to be on Disney Premium service. The Lost Treasures of Maya. So that's going to be on a Disney Plus service, and I think it's going to be £15.
No.
It's called Maya and the Last Dragon.
And the Last Dragon?
Yeah. I've got it up right now.
Right. So yeah. So you is there any circumstances you would pay on premium? So if Black Widow comes out, is that something you'd be like, shh?
That's £20.
I reckon they'll put a lot more on Disney.
Buy a DVD for £20.
Yeah, but cinema.
I don't know. I think maybe Black Widow purely so people don't spoil it for me. Not because I want to see it that badly, but because
so bad.
That's going to cost you 20 quid to watch it in an IMAX.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Like I'd go see Tenet or or the Snyder cut on IMAX.
Wasn't Mulan only 15 quid? Why is this 20?
This is why I hate being single. If I wasn't single, I could justify it so easily. A date with a missus would definitely cost more than 20 quid. It'd be like, honey, just come and sit. Let's go and watch.
That'd be over 150 quid once you've had dinner.
Oh God. No, so yeah, that's gonna be their release. Black Widow, I reckon now in the UK it's gonna get a cinema release, and I reckon it'll be June that comes out. I had heard rumors that it crosses over with Falcon.
I think you made up a good point about a couple of weeks ago, where you think they reshot it with Sharon Carter instead of the new Black Widow.
But they've done a lot of recast, didn't they?
Because I think that makes so much sense. Because I think that's what they were setting up for this. Is she's the new Black Widow?
Yeah,
and that was going to go into Winter Soldier, obviously, because that's all spy shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. I think that was a good point you made.
And I do make very few of them. Now, somebody who doesn't seem to make a good point at all, right? Old what's the name? Cara Dune. She's still in the news, right? Because she's still not letting it go. Yeah. Now, I admittedly, right, I don't think Disney should have fired her the way they fired her. Because they've just given her loads more ammo. But at the same time, I'm like, just let go. You lost the job. Disney literally must have sat you down and told you, stop.
There's obviously something in her contract, isn't there?
There's always what do they call it? Something clauses, isn't there? What do you call it? Like being a good person. I can't remember what it's called. Like like a decency clauses. So if you can say anything that brings offence or brings the company into disrepute, you're Thanos.
Yeah.
So she's and also she said something that really pissed someone off. I think what she said pissed off one of the big executives, not just someone small, not just a little thing. It was like, yeah, you're fucked.
The one thing Disney doesn't want to be associated with is
anti-Semitism.
During World War II.
The Holocaust.
They do. You don't. You can say whatever you want about the world we live in, but you don't want to associate Disney with that. But on the other side of that, I believe that the toy. Now, I was told the toy that they had of her, they stopped production on them.
Yeah, but there were still loads that got out.
Yeah, there's still loads about.
And I heard rumours that they were going for hundreds of pounds online.
No.
Now, I don't believe that to be the case. And I'm just going onto eBay now, and it's definitely not the case. The Funko Pops, let's see, the Lego ones are going for £7. The most expensive one I can see is the Cara Dune Vintage Star Wars Mandalorian. Did that ever come out? That's going at £50.
The Black Series ones are probably quite high.
Like, so they were selling them for cheap because they weren't selling. I remember.
There's one in there for 15 quid, so.
Yeah, exactly. No.
There's loads of it on there, and ain't none of it. The Black Series, I found one that's going at 174.
Yeah, that's because someone's doing a ballsy one, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right.
They're just putting it up high, thinking someone will go.
Right now for 64 quid.
I'm going to spend my conservative bucks on that. I support the conservatives. I just know she's so gone.
But there's the ballsy £189 or best offer. That's £8.99 postage.
No, why would anybody? But yeah, that she's still in the news. She's
if anyone's out there, I've got a Grand Admiral Thrawn spare going, 60 quid.
Right, so moving forward, we got a little bit of
Katana.
Hey, I'll buy one of those off you.
You got 100, yeah.
Hey, we can work something out, brother. Don't you worry. We got a better look at Zack Snyder's Justice League last week, and the trailer and all the images and stuff like that. We've got a new Joker in there. A lot of news coming out here about how Zack Snyder didn't get paid for it. A lot of people are still getting really excited about it. I'm not one of them. Are you guys? Do you feel any more excited about the new Justice League take? Because I don't see there any reason to be. But at the same time, credit to him coming back.
I think you're in love with him because you mention him every week.
Oh mate, he's holding one of the biggest properties.
He's got your torch, hasn't he?
History, do you know what I mean?
Look, if it's if it makes a difference, then yeah. But I don't know how it. That's it. You just don't know, do you? I'm holding judgment until I actually watch it. That's my point.
And then we're all going to go, it's the best film ever.
Yeah. If he pulls that off, I will take back everything I've ever said about Zack Snyder. I'll edit every single show where I criticize Zack Snyder. Because I guess he deserves a little bit of respect if he pulls that off. Speaking of the Snyderverse, Flash, I believe Flash is still moving forward with production. Flashpoint being the story they're moving forward on, and they announced that Supergirl's being cast for that. So Supergirl for the
Flashpoint's going to be great. I can't wait for that.
Who's playing Supergirl?
I am just about to double check that. No, that's not her. Yeah, we'll come back to that again in a second. Right, what's her name? So this is Sasha Calle, spelled Calle. She's been cast as Supergirl. I think it was at the most it was greeted with lots of joy with people, except for those people that don't like Latinos so much they couldn't accept it. But I think she looks the part. Have you guys seen her?
Yeah, I saw it. It looked good.
Yeah, I think that sounds and looks like a great casting, and I think she's probably going to take the place because Supergirl, as far as I remember, isn't in Flashpoint the story. So I reckon they're probably going to replace Superman.
Superman's not really in Flashpoint, really.
No.
Spoiler, for Flashpoint, but with Superman, he's never brought up on a farm. He's kept in a lab by the government, and he never gets any sun rays. So he's this weedy little Mr. Bean looking guy. So I doubt they're going to do that with Supergirl.
Yeah.
Or maybe they do. Maybe they have Henry. Maybe that'll be a big reveal, and Henry Carver will come out all Steve Rogersy.
Snoo.
No.
Snoo.
Also, what they're doing with Flashpoint is like what they're doing almost with this Nightmare verse in a way.
Yeah.
That's very much like Flashpoint-y, like evil versions of all the superheroes.
Yeah.
So I reckon there's going to be a very loose connection to Flashpoint. I reckon they're just going to call it Flashpoint, and they're just going to do what they want to do. Because I don't see it being the same story. I don't see it being Thomas Wayne and all that kind of gaff. I think you're going to have Michael Keaton, and I think you're going to have a completely different storyline.
Yeah. I hope they do something slightly different. They Warner Brothers always doesn't tend to follow the plot line of the comic books that closely, and they tend to go off and do their own thing. So I hope they do. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Now I know you think I go on about Zack Snyder all the time, right?
But twice already now.
He's apparently going to be producing a new King Arthur movie.
Oh, well, he said he wanted to.
Yeah.
Is it actually going forward?
Apparently, he wants to make a faithful King Arthur film, and I think that'd be interesting. American directors, when they do films about British mythical historical figures, they always do take a strange click on it. I can remember Braveheart, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. What else was there that was really weird?
What'd you say, old chap?
That when American directors make films about British historical figures, they take a really weird click to it.
Well, have you not seen The Crown?
The Crown?
Yes.
No, I refuse to watch that. It's not my cup of tea at all.
You never watched The Royals?
Nope. Nope, and neither will I ever watch those shows at all. Ever. Never going to happen. Only TV relevant to my personal enjoyment. Look, I think we already discussed Mortal Kombat, didn't we? Did that come out? There's the Mortal Kombat trailer.
Yeah, we discussed that.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah, last week.
Okay, cool. That's all right. And Eternals, that one's coming out. I think you mentioned that earlier, Mike.
Yeah, well, apparently they did like a screener for like the higher Marvel execs, and Kevin Feige said he's never been so happy or something about it. So yeah, it's for something that no one really cares about. I think they're putting a lot of effort. It's got to set up everything. I bet this is going to set up the next 10 years of films.
Yeah,
and that's why they've got such a heavy cast, and why they're putting such a big, chunk of work into it. That because I never read the Eternals comics, because that kind of mythical being stuff never got me.
Okay.
But like, I reckon that it's actually got me thinking I might read some just so I know what's going to happen.
I think they've done a reboot recently of the Eternals, which should be coming out soon. If it's not out already. I've read the Eternals a few times and they change it up every now and again.
Yeah.
But the core story stays the same. So
is Thanos part of the Eternals?
No.
Okay.
Look, let me see if my memory serves me right.
I think that's what they're going to do in this.
They are connected. The Eternals. Oh god! Now I'm going to go full on geek.
Galactica,
so at one point, the Eternals, and I can't remember what and the one the group that Thanos belongs to, they were one group at one point, I believe, if my memory serves me right. But please don't sue me on that one. Right. So also right. Okay. No, that's it. Really. I know Marvel also announced they're starting shooting dates for She-Hulk and Moon Knight, which I haven't heard much about She-Hulk. I know they said that She-Hulk was cast, I think, as Tanya Ali, but nothing's been confirmed on that front. And Moon Knight, I know they cast what's his name, Poe.
Oscar Isaac
as the Moon Knight.
Yeah, that'll be good. I like Moon Knight. He's fun. I just want to see I want to see him call Dracula a dick. That's the only thing I want to see.
Dracula, you're a dick.
Where's my money?
It's She-Hulk's going to be Tatiana Maslany
from Orphan Black.
Yeah, which I think is one of the best TV shows ever. You can watch that one, Dave. Orphan Black. It was
he doesn't trust you anymore, mate. You've done it.
Dave,
you made him watch the shoplifter thing. He's never going to trust you again.
That's it. Made me watch Trinkets.
Yeah, he hates you now.
You watched it though.
Hate leads to suffering.
Yeah, it couldn't be that bad. You could have walked away at any moment.
Side. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You could have walked
away. I'm going to go to another show.
Oh, no, you can't leave the boys.
One bit of news I heard was, what was it? What should we call it? Edgar Wright is doing an adaptation of The Running Man. You know, the Schwarzenegger, but it's not a remake. It's not.
What happened to Buzzsaw? He had to split.
So it's not a remake of the film. It's an adaptation of the book, which was written by Stephen King originally.
Yeah.
Well, under his pseudonym, but yeah. So that's going to be fun because it rather than it just being like a game show with the weird people, it's going to be you in the world, trying to be on the run for like. Have you seen that show Hunters on Channel 4, where they normal people get hunted by the police sort of thing? So like you've got to be on the run. The longer you're on the run, the more money you get. And he's got like a sick wife or something, so the money's going to go up and up and up, and that's going to be the film with Edgar Wright doing it, with and hunters obviously hunting after him.
Buzzsaw.
It sounds all right. It sounds a lot better than the current Stephen King adaptation, The Stand.
No.
It's like I don't understand why they keep remaking The Stand, but they keep getting the most blandest cast they can get to do it. Like there's nothing that makes you want to watch it. It's like
that's been bounced around a few different networks though, hasn't it?
Yeah. And Stephen King even rewrote the ending for that one, and I'm like, okay. Fair enough. Now, I don't mean to keep mentioning Zack Snyder.
Bloody hell, mate.
But Army
You
the
should put it on
Dead.
top of your logo for today.
No, but Army the
sponsored by
look,
Zack Snyder.
it's not my fault. He's making another show for Netflix.
He's making the news for you.
Army the Dead. Anybody looking forward to that zombie film? Do you guys like a good zombie movie?
Oh, I love them.
So
Army of the Dead sounds like the old films from the 80s.
Yeah, I think that's the aim, but it's Zack Snyder style, so I expect a lot more blowy heads and stuff like that. But no, he's going for that. I thought I'd mention that quickly. It's not my fault. Zack Snyder's everywhere. He's like herpes.
Okay, that's the end of Zack Snyder.
Right, moving on from Zack Snyder to an actual director. Oh shit! I've done it again. Criticised. Spike Lee.
Sweden.
Yeah, he's
before Spike.
He's never doing anything again, man. He's done.
He's so done. How you go from Zack Snyder, the man who brought us Buffy, Alias, and Dollhouse, was it? To literally, he's never going to touch anything ever again. Because I don't see anybody else hiring him. Maybe what's his name, Ben Shapiro, might give him a job. He can direct what's the name, Carloon, to do something. But yeah, yeah, he's gone. Were you guys big Buffy fans? I was more Team Angel.
I was a big Buffy fan.
I rewatched it recently, actually, because it was on Channel 4.
Because I really loved Faith when I was a teenager.
Yeah,
she had my heart.
Oh.
Yeah. Faith was like, yeah, she was special.
She was special.
Must be love. Right. Well, talking of the horror story, which is that we've got Spike Lee. Now, apparently, he's going to do a movie for Netflix, and it's called The Realm of Cthulhu. Is it Cthulhu? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Cthulhu.
Cthulhu Zephyrah.
Apparently, so I'm thinking this is like great news.
Well, I mean, H.P. Lovecraft was a massive racist. Yes, I mean, like properly, not even like I don't like those people. He's like properly like. Yeah, not a nice person. Yeah,
it's just like blacks of Jews as well documented.
But I like the idea of like someone like Spike Lee taking the work and just doing his little twist on it. That would be fun.
Well, apparently he's going to be working on Gordon Hemingway and the Realm of Cthulhu, and it's set in East Africa in 1928. And centers on Gordon Hemingway, a roguish Black American gunslinger who teams up with an elite warrior princess, Zenib of Ethiopia, to rescue the country's kidnapped regent from an ancient evil. Ooh. I think that sounds pretty cool, and hopefully that sounds good. That'll be something that we can watch. Right, so gentlemen, I think it's come to that point in the evening again. Unless there's any more news. WandaVision.
I've watched so many fan theory videos on YouTube,
and I've taken Dave has too.
Okay, all right. And I was like, some of them, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a good point. And I had the similar kind of idea and stuff. And some of them were like, I don't know, yes, the way that paper's folded means that it's a T, and the T means it's going to be Taskmaster or some shit like that. And I'm like, mate, can you just calm down? Like, if it's actually a thing, that's cool. But like, don't read that. Like, oh my god, my brain hurt a little bit. But anyway, that's my first thing I had to say, so I wanted to cry.
Well, there's a lot of there is a lot of speculation online. What's your favorite theories that you've heard online so far? Because everybody was speculating that.
I just want to say that theme song is the best thing I've heard all year, and I actually recreated it, the little walk outside my house.
When I first heard it, I said the monsters.
Yeah, it is like the monsters. I love the monsters. I said this to you because I actually downloaded a video editing program, and I was like, I need to do this, and then and I actually recreated it with the music and everything.
I think somebody's done a few remixes as well out there. I know I've seen one full-on remix already. So I'm like, well, I know there's a few more. So that's been quite interesting in itself. But
we all knew Agatha was Agatha Harkness, didn't we? Agnes was Agatha Harkness.
Yeah.
And that's why it was fun. That little song was but it's so fun that they made it a thing of like, of course it was Agatha, and that was fun. And like the big thing is, all right, obviously big thing is that book.
That's why we watched Doctor Strange the other day, Curtis, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah. I believe we know where the book came from.
We know where the book came from. That missing one that was in that
from the library.
Yeah.
And then what is it? And then obviously that's going to be something to do with the big bad behind it all. I loved it. I watched it 3 times, I think.
I've watched it twice. I may watch it a third time, just because to nail down a few things. Now, I don't know, Dave, what about you? Because we watched Doctor Strange the other day, and I know I came up with a few fantastic ideas.
You was making me laugh the whole way through that.
But there was a reason for it. What did you get from it, Dave? What was your biggest
hexagons? Lots of hexagons. I don't know. It's all over the place. Like we said, we're not going to keep on guessing this stuff because every time you guess, you get it wrong.
True. There's so much guessing. There's an industry built on it. And speaking of industry, we are looking for sponsors. And Brewdog, if you're listening, just jump in anytime. We're good.
All these YouTube videos is just there's so many out there.
Yeah, and it's like some of them could be a 5-minute video.
Yeah, here's like, 99 Easter eggs. I was like, really? How long's this one? 16 minutes. Oh God, here we go again.
I am thinking that my speculation is this. Like Dave pointed out, I think the book is the missing book that was from the temple. One,
yeah, definitely.
I think Agnes is the one that the FBI agent, what's his name, Wong Wu.
Well, no, because if that was the case, then they would have seen her in the broadcasts, and they would know her identity if they were looking for her.
Well,
I think your guess about Simon Williams. You see, Simon Williams,
what Wonder Man
hasn't. Yeah. I was thinking, can they introduce characters at this point? But the last 2 episodes are going to cover at least 3 hours worth of time. And they're meant to be more film. Like everything up to the final episode is a lead up to a movie, right?
Well, maybe the last one's going to be a movie.
And I think you might see Simon Williams introduced at that point. 1. 2, I think that is actually Quicksilver. And it was Quicksilver brought from, not necessarily the Fox universe.
Different verse.
Yeah, but it was Quicksilver. Because in Doctor Strange, the ancient one particularly says that all magic is powered from energy from other universes. And that's why I think you're seeing this sort of flip. It's not that she's going through time, it's that she's pulling stuff from different universes. And I think that's what it is. That's why you've got the Quicksilver from the Fox universe in there. That is Quicksilver.
Is she using a new Infinity Stone though?
Yeah. And I think you will see Mephisto. No, I think she's brought the Infinity Stones back. This is, again, I think the Infinity Stones, all the color.
I don't think you can truly destroy them, can you?
Yeah.
Well, you look at the adverts. I saw it on these fan theories websites, YouTube. That the adverts, like some of them, the watch, Time Stone, like the one for the pills this week, it's a Reality Stone.
So I had a little thought about the adverts. Yeah. Now, yes, they do correspond with the Infinity Stones, but I think they're more to do with like her trauma. And like every the trauma she's gone through in her life, and I don't know if this is like a big jump, probably, but I was thinking, could the adverts be someone like Doctor Strange, sort of forcing her out of this cocoon that she's made, so that she's actually facing up to the traumas and dealing with her grief. So you've got the fact that they had the Stark thing, the missile that nearly blew up in front of them. You had Hydra control them. Then you had the paper towels. Lagos is when she blew up all the people. Yo Magic is the fact that her magic is being stolen. And then Nexus is the fact that she's a Nexus being.
Yeah.
Liking that.
Yeah,
Look,
I mean,
I'm liking it. I'm.
So what's this week's advert going to be then, Mike?
there won't be because there's no more show. The show
Oh,
stopped
yes, yeah, it has.
because there's no transmitting anymore. So I don't think you will get it. Or those, I don't think those two people are her parents. Maybe they're like two people from like, you know, the Sorcerer Academy place trying to talk to her or some shit.
The witches.
I mean,
And
look,
'cause they're in it,
anything's yeah.
everybody who's been in it has been in it. Like there hasn't been anybody who hasn't. Everybody is in the town who's in it. So I don't reckon those two people are her parents.
No, I don't think so at all.
I think they may be there to represent her parents, but they're not her parents. Because everybody in the village is there. They're not like they haven't created false people apart from the kids, Wanda's children. And I think that's that.
And now they've disappeared.
Also,
yes.
with Vision's eyes, they're not the same as they were before. Like they're more human.
I was thinking this. They're blue now, aren't they? They used to be yellow. I swear they were yellow.
They were like robotic. So, like, you know how in the comics, Vision was based off the brainwaves of what was his name? Simon, the Wonder Man. I forget his real name.
Simon Williams.
Simon Williams. What happens if they did like a kind of like reverse thing of like she pulled like a version of Vision from the multiverse to sort of reawaken him, but sort of got Wonder Man instead. So what you've got instead of Wonder Man creating Vision, you've got Vision creating Wonder Man because he doesn't have any of his memories, does he? No. So it's sort of like a you switcheroo kind of thing.
Oh, I can't wait. We've only got a couple of days left until the next episode.
I literally wait. So I wait for Fridays. I'm like, come on, man. I can't wait.
What was Vision? He was Jarvis, Ultron, and someone else.
And
Bruce Banner, Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the brain boxes in one.
Yeah, so
that alone.
I mean, I think, and then also, this is you probably saw this on a few fan theory things. Is I think Agatha was poisoning Wanda because she with the plant at the start, with the lavender spray, with the fixing a tea, with the cooking a lobster thing, like there's having a bit of the drink at the poolside.
Microdosing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we know about that from that dodgy teacher. Like, I reckon that's quite. That's a witch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now we know she's definitely a witch. We can be like, cool. She's definitely doing that, isn't she?
Yeah, because like, why was she always there when they aged up the kids? It's. He was always doing something.
We're gonna find out soon. I can't wait. I like my. I know what you're saying about. It's all about Fridays now. My week now revolves around my Fridays, not my payday. My Fridays.
But Friday this week is payday.
But it doesn't feel like that. It's like already we're not that far away from the next episode, and time just that's it. It's like we've gone from one episode to the next. Now, on that same subject, right? Now, WandaVision, I guess unless you've got any more theories to share, I think, it's a case of going to wait and be patient. But I think it is a really good product, even better product to a degree than Mandalorian, in terms of what Disney's put out. But
I think you're right with that because it is something completely different. It's left us guessing. It's not just like a guest star, that we sort of know what's gonna. We kind of roughly know what's gonna happen, don't we?
Everything's been close to their chest.
But we don't know what's gonna. You don't know anything can happen in the next one. You could have anyone walk through that. You could have Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk come in, bashing down everything.
Oh, that'd be great.
Do you know what I mean?
With straw hair.
Yeah.
Hulk bash.
No, you could do anything can happen. But
mate, you could have Jane Foster come in as a little sneak peek of Thor, because that would be cool little meet up with Darcy, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Like anything.
My outside of those two products, like Disney Star launched on Tuesday, which is a strange day to do a channel relaunch, if you will. and they added in loads of films. And I've watched a little bit, like Die Hard with a Vengeance, which is my favorite Die Hard. And a little bit of Hellstrom, and Big Sky is brilliant. But I'm just like, how? Like, Disney's trading off on its name a lot, and they've gotten away with a lot, right? But they're more an archive of Disney stuff, of Disney products,
archive,
as opposed to a streaming channel, because they haven't got that much new products.
No.
Well, they're already up to 92 million. How long? And I know, like, they're gonna be launching a lot more Falcon, all the rest of that type of stuff. But that's one item per every couple of months, by the looks of it. Like, Netflix is putting out new stuff nearly every week. How's Disney doing this? They don't have that much product.
Yeah, but what Disney are putting out is like a cultural phenomenon. This is like Game of Thrones level, almost,
Disney
isn't it?
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? They've got everything. I mean, I'm just looking through now, and they've got a really good selection of films that I've been meaning to watch. Actually,
like what?
Okay, so like Edwards is on my list. I want to rewatch all the Baz Luhrmann films. So they're all in one good place. You know, they've got, like, I've not watched Die Hard in ages. I'll probably watch them. You know, like, I feel like what Disney have got has got a really solid foundation now. Like, and then they could just start. You know, and now they own all of this stuff. You know, let's continue. Let's do a remake of The French Connection because we own it and make it a TV show.
They are the
they can
bloody TV.
Yeah, they can do what they want now, can't they?
So if I was to say, if you would give that, looking forward, okay, so you're looking forward positively, but what do you think of what they've done so far? I would think what they've done so far has been, personally for me, an underachievement considering the amount of fanfare they rolled it out with.
They've had the two biggest shows going, pretty much, haven't they? Like, they've had Mandalorian, that was cultural, phenomenon, and so was WandaVision. You know, what have Netflix done that's made everyone want to tune in? Netflix is your comfort. Netflix is, I'll find something I want to watch. No, I like Netflix as well, but I feel like
don't sound like it, bro.
No, I do. I'm playing devil's advocate a little bit here. Yeah, Netflix is great because they do have good stuff, like new stuff, and you think, oh, I can give this a go, I might like it. But when Disney Plus
stuff is shocking.
Yeah, it's like sometimes I'm just there. I was going to watch that Cecil Hotel thing, but luckily someone put up on Twitter like he just spoiled it for me, and I was like, oh, that's good. I don't have to waste my life watching this now.
Yeah, like I did with Bird Box.
Worst
Boxing Day ever.
Look, you're not gonna just pay. I know you're mad. You subscribe to everything, don't you, Curtis?
No. Hey.
I have a majority of stuff.
They offered me discounts.
It all goes through my Sky subscription. So
they offered me discounts, right? So at the moment, I'm subscribed to Funimation, which I got at a discount. Star Plays, which I'm paying £1 a month for. Amazon, which I got as part of Amazon Prime, and
But do you need Amazon Prime?
At the discount rate I got it, it's nothing.
Yeah, okay, fine. Well,
I got it at like £50 for the entire year, so it's not. I could probably walk away from it and not miss it. But again, when you talk about phenomena, The Boys, that to me is just worth the subscription alone.
Oh yeah, that was worth it.
Yeah,
and Jack Ryan, I love that.
Yeah, so I get what you're saying, and I do agree. I how do I put it? I just find the whole Disney Plus a bit disappointing with the amount of product they had put up until now. But also, I just think that
it's the first day. Come on,
hold on. let me just cut this one out there. Their whole layout, the whole presentation of it, is so lazy.
Oh, it's
you
can't find anything.
It actually makes it boring to search for stuff. And that is, for me, unforgivable. You know what I mean? Disney really I think they just need to up their game.
You just go to Action Adventure and you're getting like Goofy and stuff like that. It's like, come on.
Like Big Sky, right? Just so everybody knows, Big Sky's got like at least one really good, well-known actress in it, right? And I didn't even click on. They made no announcement about it. It's old Helga from Vikings. right?
Lagertha, you mean?
Lagertha from Vikings. She's
another great show on Amazon.
do you know what I mean? They made no fanfare of it. You don't have any idea what the show's about unless you actually watch it. There's no trailers out there for it, outside of maybe a few YouTube videos. You know, I know WandaVision's big, but these are the shows that are going to get people watching it. Like,
well, I watched the first episode of that on release that night after we watched Doctor Strange.
Because if
I was laying in bed going, do I watch the second episode or not? Because the first episode was so good. And the way it ended, I was like, oh my God, I need to. No, I'm going to bed.
Like, they made a bigger deal out of Hellstrom, which has already been cancelled.
Hellstrom is so lazy. It's it's a great idea, but it's a lazy program.
No, it's just bad. I can't believe that made it to scripting. I was watching it. I was like, who writes this dialogue?
I've not seen that.
Oh, it just switches from city to city, like just like that. You're watching something and it goes Portland. I want to know what was going on in Seattle.
And everybody's just angry all the time.
They're very angry people.
It's angry. It's like, okay, demonic forces, all right, yeah, cool.
But the backstory of it is fantastic. But when they put it on the screen, it's terrible.
They needed better.
Serial killer father, like, bloody all the people, the mother and the kids are inherited by the devil. It's great, and it's like, oh, boring.
The effects though are brilliant. I'll give them that.
Yeah,
the special effects are absolutely brilliant. But
then it's a Marvel show, isn't it? So
no, it's not, man. Marvel wanted Sweet FA to do with that. They took their name off of it. I'm not joking. When they first promoted that, it said Marvel Television on the logo for Hellstrom. You try and find it anywhere on there. Even
shame they didn't do it with the Runaways and Cloak and Dagger, eh?
I quite like Cloak and Dagger. Well, the first season at least. But that's just me. I'm a bit weird like that. No, all right. Well, gents, my God. Again, it's come to that time. I think there's only a few tips. Did any of you play the game Bully at all? Do you remember that one?
Yeah, that was like the kiddie version of Grand Theft Auto.
The sequel apparently has been announced. It's still only a rumor. But apparently details have leaked online over at Reddit, and it's apparently, they're doing a full new game, and the sequel's going to replace the main character with a new 16-year-old character, and it's apparently meant to take place in the fictional Springvale County, which was inspired by the Greater New England area. So blah 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 blah. New story, new character, but Bully 2.
Well, we all know what happened to Red Dead 2, don't we?
Yeah.
Why sad sounds?
Because the first game was magnificent. We thought, oh yes, this is going to go online. It's going to be the greatest game ever. And guess what? I put GTA 5 back in the machine.
I was playing Red Dead, and it just takes you so long to do stuff that I got annoyed.
Yeah.
Like, I was trying to do one mission, and I'd be there for an hour. And I'd
try a game that's 4 times the size, and you can only go by horse.
Yeah. No. That's what I'm saying. Red Dead 2. That's what I'm saying. It was just took you so long, like in Red Dead 2, that I'd think, oh, I've got a couple hours, and I haven't done anything, and I'd be like, I'm like 1% in this game. I just give up. I just shoot people in the bar
you get bored and just go, oh, it's a deer. I'll go and get that.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying it to people, and people are like, oh man, just focus on the game. I'm like, it makes the same mistake that Fable does. It gives you too much to do.
I don't know. Fable's mini compared to Red Dead.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla's the same. I put 200 hours into that, and I'm not even halfway through. And I'm like, are you serious?
Bloody hell.
That's what lockdown did to me the first time.
And the final bit of news: Lucasfilm's first non-Star Wars or Indiana Jones project in forever is set to be based on a book called Children of Blood and Bone. I've got the first book. I haven't read it yet. I've started it but not finished it. And that's going to be a fantasy book, story, swords, sorcery, magic, all the rest of it. And that'll be coming in next year, I think. So
Same time as Dungeons and Dragons. That's magnificent.
I know, but it looks like a better product than Dungeons and Dragons. And like I said, the book's out there. It's called Children of Blood and Bone, and it looks like it's going to be quite a big gig. It's set in Africa, so it's slightly, different, a little bit of edge. And what's my final story about? I know I mentioned zombies before. I'm mentioning zombies again. They're doing a remake of Train to Busan. I wouldn't be surprised if Zack Snyder ends up directing it, and it's going to be set in, I assume, New York, because that's the only place with train.
It's the only place with zombies.
Yeah. So they'll be making
with the Brad Pitt in World War Z.
Yeah, that was a bad film. But yeah, that'll be coming sometime next year or the year after. And that's it. That's the wrap up. It was been a very quiet week, but obviously we were here to keep you lively and entertained. And we'll be back again next week with more news and more talk, I'm sure, about WandaVision. Because what else is there apart from your weekly dose of WandaVision chat? And hopefully, as we move out through lockdown, there'll be a lot more. But we'll be back next week. I'm going to watch New Mutants. I don't care. And I'll come back with my personal take on what hell that is. And I may even watch Wonder Woman as well. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah, I haven't watched Wonder Woman yet.
I like Wonder Woman.
I don't know what's going to ruin your life more.
Being single at the current sensation is what's going to kill me quicker.
This is going to be 4 hours of pure hatred. You better get a bottle of brandy next to you, I tell you.
I honestly
you're going to need a half-time nap.
How long is Wonder Woman? That's only
half hours.
That's all right. I can handle that.
And just think, Pablo Pascal's acting. It's a 4.
Hey, do you know what I think about his acting?
What's that?
Could be better.
A lot better.
Oh, God, there we go.
This is why they gouged out his eyes in Games of Thrones.
Guys, it's been a blast. I hope you had a good time as well. This is, again, the boys from Bossk. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us again next week. We've got plenty of other podcasts that are already up, which you'll find in links. But just, leave us some feedback. Brewdog, if you're out there, leave us some sponsorship. Or let's just talk about it.
Or Camden, or anyone else, other companies out there.
Anybody that wants to sponsor us, we'll take it. And we'll be back with more news, hopefully next week. This is the boys from Bossk. Have a good night.